pomp and circumstance. We haven't played this all the way through, so do look at your keys.
Graduation, we never
Gary, I don't have this, just so you know.
Oh, pomp and circumstance. Where's the parts at? We do.
Good evening, and welcome to the 2012 Laramie County Community College Commencement Ceremony. Before we begin, we'd like to take a moment of silence for contemplation and thanksgiving for the accomplishments we celebrate this evening. Thank you. You may be seated. My name is Grant Wilson. I'm the Vice President for Student Services, and I'm going to introduce the rest of the stage party. When I do, I ask that the members of the stage please stand and withhold all applause until we're finished. President of Laramie County Community College, Dr. Joe Schaefer. Vice President of Instruction, Dr. Marlene Tignor. Vice President of Workforce and Community Development, Stan Torvik. Vice President of Administration and Finance, Carol Hoagland. Director of Human Resources, Peggy Kresselhotz. The Wyoming Community College Commission Executive Director, Jim Rose. Commissioner for the Wyoming Community College Commission, Larry Atwell. Mr. Greg Thomas, Chair of the LCCC Board of Trustees, and many other members of the Board of Trustees, Brenda Little, John Kaiser, William Du Bois, Ed Mosher, Kevin Kilty, and Carol Merrill. We also have the Associated Student Government President, Alex Barker of the Cheyenne campus, and the Deans of Laramie County Community College, Craig Wilson, Education, Natural and Social Sciences, Kathleen Urban, Arts and Humanities, Mary Ellen Tast, Lifelong Learning Center, Lynn Stallnacher, Albany County Campus, Jenny Rigg, Campus Living and Learning, Jenny Hargett, Enrollment Services, Doug Cook, Career and Technical Education, Dean Bartow, Business, Agriculture, and Computer Technology. Our mace bearer this evening is Ann Wolf, and I'd also like to, and also joining us later this evening will be the Governor of the State of Wyoming, the Honorable Matt Mead, who will serve as our keynote speaker. I would also like to thank our sign language interpreter, J.C. Branch, and thanks to the LCCC Choir and the Wind Ensemble, who will now perform the Star-Spangled Rhapsody. Please rise. Thank you. You may be seated. It's my pleasure to introduce the president of Laramie County Community College, Dr. Joe Schaefer.
Good evening, everyone. You guys look great. Are you excited? That's what I like to hear. It's my distinct honor to share in your celebration tonight as we recognize you, the 2012 graduating class of Laramie County Community College. You become part of a legacy tonight. Collectively, you represent the 41st graduating class of students from LCCC, as well as being one of the institution's largest. In all, you include 569 graduates who are being awarded a total of 611 degrees and certificates, an impressive record. You all epitomize success, and yet so many of you have had to overcome significant challenges to be here tonight. In order to illustrate my point, I would like to take a few moments to demonstrate to our audience the incredible challenges you have faced to meet your educational goals and be called college graduates. So graduates, I hope you'll participate with me and show the true picture of your perseverance. Would all of you who worked more than 20 hours a week while working on your degree please stand? Will any of you who are the first in your family to earn a college degree please stand? And last, will those of you who raised children while you attended school please stand? The statistics show that students who work, who are first-generation college students, who are raising children, or have significant life responsibilities are less likely to complete their degrees. Yet you have beaten the odds through your dedication and fortitude. And so I'll ask everybody in attendance tonight to join me in recognizing these individuals for their accomplishments. And in honor of your accomplishments, we would now like to share with you a special treat. Please welcome the LCCC Choral Ensemble, who will perform For Good by Stephen Schwartz.
Said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this life up by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blamed me for.
But then I guess we know there's blame to share,
And none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a comet with a chill, the wind makes a wind off the sea. Like a stream that meets the sheep of my heart and the Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. And because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
You graduates and your fellow students are the lifeblood of the college. You are the primary reason that we exist, and you represent the natural resource we have been entrusted with to develop. Naturally, then, we look to you for guidance, feedback, and support. And one mechanism that we have for doing this is through the elected student leaders of LCCC. In the short time I've been at LCCC, I've had the privilege of working with your student government leadership. Their influence on this college cannot be overstated. Since being here at LCCC, I've been especially impressed with the energy and passion possessed by your student government. The passion is often a direct product of the energy exuded by the students at the helm of this organization. And you have had some exceptional leadership this year. So at this time, I would like to invite the President of the Associated Student Government from LCCC, Alex Barker, to join me at the stadium. Alex, on behalf of the students of Laramie County Community College, it is with sincere gratitude that we present you with the Associated Student Government President's Plaque for your progressive leadership and outstanding service to the college. You are a dedicated leader committed to serving the students, faculty, and staff of Laramie County Community College. Congratulations.
I'm delighted to introduce our keynote speaker for this evening, the Honorable Governor of the great state of Wyoming, Matt Mead. Governor Mead was sworn in as Wyoming's 32nd governor on January 3, 2011. Born in Jackson, Wyoming, Governor Mead was raised on the family ranch in Teton County. He has a Bachelor's of Arts degree from Trinity University in San Antonio and a law degree from the University of Wyoming. After law school, the governor served as the county and federal prosecutor, practiced in a private firm in Cheyenne, and has served as United States Attorney for Wyoming. The governor has also served regional and national leadership roles. He serves on the Council of Governors, a group of 10 governors chosen by the president to advise top federal officials on matters related to the National Guard and civil support missions. He serves as co-chair of the Special Committee on Home and Security and Public Safety, and is a member of the National Resources Committee for the National Governors Association. He is also the co-chair of the State and Federal Sage Grouse Task Force, which brings together federal officials and representatives of 11 western states for a regional conservation effort. Governor Matt Mead and his wife, Carol, have been married 20 years with Cheyenne as their home. They have 2 children, Mary and Pete, who attend Cheyenne Public Schools. Please join me in welcoming the Honorable Governor of Wyoming, Matt Mead.
Please be seated. Thank you very much. So I've only been governor for a little over a year. I'm still not used to that. And it wasn't too long ago I was visiting with some young kids in 3rd grade, and actually one of them looked at me and said, "Are you the real governor?" So thank you very much. I am so delighted to be here tonight, and I was very honored to have the request to speak to you a little bit about some thoughts on education. President, thank you very much. Trustees, thank you very much. Students, thank you very much also. Without you, of course, we wouldn't have this wonderful occasion. So we recognize a couple things on graduation day. And it's also not just a celebration for the students, but it's a time to say thank you to family and friends, because no one goes down this road alone. It takes many, many helping hands for this day to occur and for these graduates to have the success that they have. So to the family and friends who are here tonight supporting the graduates, as you have supported them through the years to get them here today, we say thank you. We thank this wonderful institution, which is of great help to this community, to the state of Wyoming, and beyond. I'm a big supporter of community colleges, and this certainly today is a recognition of how valuable community colleges are to the state of Wyoming. To the faculty, I say thank you. I'm sure it's a bitter-sweet time. Sweet because you enjoy the success, bitter because you're saying so long to those people that you taught and you mentored. But to the faculty, thank you very much for a job well done. Now, graduates, first of all, in a word, congratulations. Job well done. Each of you has a different story to tell. Each of you overcame obstacles, as was illustrated earlier as you stood up with how you got to today. But while they're different roads, all of them lead to a story of success today, and you're to be congratulated for your graduation. What I'd like to visit about is the value of education. And I'm sorry that I'm not going to be able to stay with you longer through the program, but my daughter turned 14, and she is having a birthday party at the governor's mansion. And adult supervision is needed. Now, I'm not suggesting I'm providing it, but I want to support my wife as she does. So I want to share just one story with you because I have great memories of going through college. And I also have memories that, I thought that I wanted to do a couple of things, and things changed even while I was in college. And one of the things I thought I wanted to do when I was in college is I wanted to be a DJ. Now, what they did is they brought me into the station and they had me audition with the other folks who were interested in DJing at the college radio station. And I was selected. But I was selected to DJ classical music. Now, classical music, I think, was given to me because classical music songs tend to be particularly long. And they didn't want me saying a lot on the radio. And when you DJ classical music, at that time, what you find out is there's some very serious people in the country. And a lot of them listen to classical music. And they don't like it when you mispronounce a composer's name one bit. And the little phone had a red light on it. And every time I would mess up, that little red light would just be glowing and glowing. And it glowed a lot when I was a DJ. And as I continued to mispronounce Russian composers and Japanese composers, finally the station manager had the bright idea that he was going to break down what I was supposed to say into individual syllables. And so I read the syllables as he wrote them for me during the breaks. And on one occasion, he had it broken down where I announced that a superlative violinist was coming to town. That was the end of my career as a DJ. So if you've had challenges while in college, and certainly you'll have some ahead, just roll with the punches. The value of education. The value of education today, as you end a chapter of education, you begin many other chapters of education. It has been said, and it is true. It is a lifelong pursuit. And it is one we should relish. It is one each of us should relish, the opportunity for education throughout our lifetime. We relish it because we know that if darkness is part of ignorance, certainly education is illumination. We value it because of what it provides. When I talk to young people about education, they most often say, I want to get a great education. I want to get a great education because I want to have a great career. And I can tell you that is a worthwhile goal, and it's appropriate to focus on that. But to just focus on that actually limits what the value of education is. When we talk about the things that are important to us as individuals, we may talk about our faith, we may talk about our health, but education is right up there as one of the most important things that you can do for yourself. And you're not finished, you're just beginning. And as we talk about education, we recognize the better educated that you are, that regardless of the circumstances, you'll be in a better place. If it's a recession or depression or it's boom times, the better educated you are, the better spot you'll be in. We also recognize the value of education to the individual in that it is the thing that you can give yourself, that no one, under any circumstance, can ever take away from you. And as we describe education in that way, we often are thinking that is what it's doing for the individual. But education for yourself is not a selfish endeavor. On the contrary, it is completely unselfish. Because as we think about our lives, every minute of every day, we benefit from the education of others. The roads that we drive on, the medicines that we have, the books that we read, the houses that we live in, and the cars that we drive. We all benefit from that because of somebody else's education and hard work. Education is often talked about as being the foundation of civilization. Education is often talked about being the cornerstone of civilization. An author who passed away many years ago named Will Durant was also a historian, and he wrote an 11-volume work titled The Story of Civilization. And in talking about the value of education, he said it best, I think, when he said, education is the transmission of civilization. So today, I congratulate you on your education to give yourself an opportunity for a better life for yourself and for all of us. And in fact, that is more than a hope. It is an expectation we have of you, because there is no greater showing of gratitude for your education than by using it to give back to others. No matter the education, because as you continue education, some of you will continue formal education, some not formal education. But in this country, we too often have a tendency to say, this type of education is valued here and this type is valued here, but all education is important. All types of education are important. We need philosophers, we need plumbers, we need writers, and we need welders. We recognize that courtrooms are populated by judges and attorneys, but they're built by electricians and carpenters. So now I come to the very small portion, and I assure you it's the very small portion of my speech. It's obligatory, I suspect, in every graduation speech, where I give you a piece of advice. And in thinking about what I could say to you in terms of advice, I thought, what would be most relevant to each and every one of the graduates? And here's what I'll tell you. As you leave here tonight, and as you begin your career or as you continue your education, you will have days where there is big setbacks. You will have days where you're going to fail. And you're going to have days where people say, that cannot be done, or that you cannot do it. And my advice is this. On those days, view that as a great, great challenge and a great opportunity. And know also that when you're told that you cannot do it, or that you have failed, you are in the greatest of company. Because the great works of our country, the great works in this world, were all done by those people who at some point in time were said, you can't do it, it can't be done, it's never been done. So use that as a motivation, because those people who have created the great works for our world, they stayed the course. They never let down on their dreams and their determination, and they refused to be tethered by the skepticism of others. Now, in terms of the value of education, I want to share one personal story with you about one of my family members, which to me illustrates as best as I can the value of education. My great-grandfather and great-grandmother homesteaded in Zenith, Wyoming, many, many years ago. And if there's anybody out there who knows where Zenith is, you really have had an outstanding education. It is no longer on the map. They homesteaded in Zenith, and Zenith was in Teton County. And my grandfather, Cliff, when he was a young child, had a severe, severe stuttering problem. His stuttering problem was to a degree that very few, other than his parents, took the time and had the patience to understand what he was saying. And so as a young child, one day, the teacher that he was with at the school attached a note in an envelope to his shirt. And he went home, and my great-grandmother opened the envelope. And in the envelope, there was a note to my great-grandmother which said that Cliff was no longer welcome in school because he was uneducable. That is, he was too dumb to learn. My great-grandparents didn't accept that. In fact, they worked and saved up money. And my great-grandfather and grandfather rode horseback from Teton County into Fremont County. And as a young boy, my great-grandfather put my grandfather on a train. And he took the train to Indianapolis. And there my grandfather met a wonderful, wonderful lady who had the patience and the determination and the helping hand to begin to help my grandfather to speak. And one of the things she did is she made him, with each syllable, he would have to move his arm like this to start to slow down his speech. And he had great success with her. He came back, he finished school, and he actually went to the University of Wyoming and was a graduate. He went beyond that. He decided he wanted to get into politics. And in fact, when he used to practice speaking as this, but he was herding cows at our family ranch, and the other ranch hands used to make fun of him. And they said, you know what, that guy's trying to be governor. Granddad graduated from University of Wyoming, and he became a county commissioner. After becoming a county commissioner, he in fact was elected governor of Wyoming. After serving as governor of Wyoming, he went on to become a U.S. senator and served 2 terms in the U.S. Senate. Now, I share that story with you because, to me, it's an example of overcoming those hardships, of overcoming those days when you're told you can't, of overcoming those days when it seems there is a failure. I tell you that story because it, to us, shows the value of education, because by what that lady did for him, she not only helped him as an individual, but by helping him, he was able to step up in his role in public service at the county commission, as governor, and as U.S. senator, to help many more. And there's another reason I share that story with you, and that is this. For you graduates who are here today, recognize that you didn't make it here alone, and this is a great opportunity to thank those who helped you get here. Because when my grandfather was preparing to be inaugurated as governor, he wanted that wonderful teacher from Indianapolis to be there on that special day for him. And she, driving out in a car, was killed in a car wreck before she made the inauguration. And so never miss an opportunity to say thanks. Never miss an opportunity to say thanks to a teacher or to a mentor or the parents or friends who will help you get here today. You have a wonderful opportunity by the education you received. And in America, through education, we have the opportunity to turn impossible dreams. We have the opportunity to turn the dreams of our fathers or mothers of a country into inevitable reality. Tonight, the opportunity awaits for you. Make the best of it. Good luck, Godspeed. Thanks for your attention. About stole that.
Don't leave yet.
Thank you. Thank you.
Governor Mead, we would like you to have this Laramie County Community College coin as a token of our appreciation for your support of higher education. Thank you for your inspiring words as our commencement speaker.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. At this time, I would like to present Dr. Marlene Tigner, Vice President of Instruction.
Thank you, Alex. Each year, we recognize outstanding faculty from each division from the LCCC Faculty Excellence Award. Recipients are selected by their division deans for their demonstrated integrity, dedication, perseverance, and teamwork. Before we recognize this year's recipients, I would like to thank all of our faculty members for their contributions to our students and to Laramie County Community College. As I read the names of this year's recipients of the award, I ask that you hold your applause until they have all been recognized. As I call your name, please join us on stage. From the Albany County campus, Jonathan Carrier. From the Arts and Humanities Division, Arshi Rizwani Nisley. From the Business, Agriculture, and Computer Technology Division, Jerry Griego. From the Education, Natural, and Social Sciences Division, Mary Ludwig. From the Health Sciences and Wellness Division, Kay Wagner. Please accept my gratitude on behalf of the students and the staff and the administration of LCCC for your contributions this past year. We will now proceed to present the graduates with their degrees and certificates. Before we begin, please refer to page 5 in your program for the description of the degrees and certificates to be awarded. Tonight, LCCC will confer 106 certificates of completion and 505 associate degrees. The students listed in your program completed their graduation requirements during the past year, though some are unable to be with us this evening. I will announce only the names of the individuals in attendance this evening. Also on pages 6 and 7 of your program, you will find explanations of the various graduation regalia you see before you, and there are descriptions of the academic honors many of the graduates have earned. With the following individuals, please join me for awarding of certificates and degrees. Board of Trustees, Chairman Greg Thomas, and LCCC President Joe Schaefer. At various times tonight, you may notice other LCCC faculty, administrators, or staff joining us on stage to present degrees to members of their family. Will the graduating class of Laramie County Community College please come forward to receive your diplomas? Arts and Humanities, Chelsea Sedum Music. Megan Danielle Kigliani Blanton, Music. Wendy Porter, Music. Varshina Brown, Multimedia. Johnny Bowles Means Art. Camille M. Alsop, General Studies in Fine Arts and Humanities. Amanda Fry, English. William Herbert, Mass Media. Heather Lavon Jensen, General Studies in Science, General Studies in Fine Arts and Humanities. Jennifer Knight, Spanish. Heidi King, Music. Scott C. Souter, Multimedia. Business Agriculture and Computer Technology, Cody Sims, Equine Training Management. Rosenkrantz. Carmen Lynn Rosenkrantz, Equine Training Management. Sarah Eggert, Equine Science, Equine Training and Management. Casey Joy Carlson, Equine Science. Shayla Lowry, Equine Training and Management, Equine Science. David Philippi, Business Administration. Weeklam. Ian Weeklam, Computer Information Systems. Beverly Sanchez, Business. Kelby Andrews, Agriculture. Levi Zwern, Agriculture. Looper. Stormy Looper, Agriculture. Katie Richardson, Agriculture. Tickles your nose. Braden Connor, Agriculture. William W. Clark, Agriculture. Peter Bovis, Business Administration. Adam Byers, Computer Information Systems. Denise Herman, Business Administration. Lisa Ann Lopez Howell, Business Administration. Athena M. Bevans, Business Administration. Teresa Cunningham, Business Administration. Sarah Moselle, Business Administration and Accounting. Carly M. Stoddard, Business Administration. Rose Marie Gonzalez Hawthorne, Business Management. Callie D. Tillery, Business Management. Melanie E. Nestor, Accounting. Quimu Ju, Accounting. Anna Dewey, Computer Information Systems. Curtis W. Dewey, Computer Information Systems. Career and Technical Education, James Erickson, Associate in Diesel Technology. Michael D. Brimley, Diesel Technology. Tessa Marie Bramer, Diesel Technology. Brian Schmidl, Auto Technology. Kenneth Holsworth, Auto Technology. Seth R. Neely, Auto Technology. Kyle Small, Wind Energy. Brianna Hunt, Wind Energy. Daniel McLaren Blaney IV, Engineering Technology. Nathaniel Vern Alverson, Engineering Technology. Lacey R. Shepard, Accounting, Business Administration. Maria V. Sanchez, Accounting. Education, Natural and Social Sciences, Colin J. Laidlaw, Mathematics. Blake Soul, History. Misty L. Heil, Human Services, Sociology. Austin F. Mullings, Psychology. Cody James Tippy, Law Enforcement. Dylan J. Evenson, Corrections. Tessa Elizabeth Ostermiller, Education. Jackson Jeffrey Bassett, Law Enforcement. Dominic J. Smith, Psychology. Elizabeth Morales, Psychology. John Escobil, Human Services, Corrections. Nicholas Eugene Nutting, Engineering. Okay. Roxanne Marie Zajac, General Studies in Social Science. Amber Marie Ricon, Education. Megan C. Dean, Education. La Dominic Marie Hernandez, Corrections, General Study. Linda Suzanne Mubach, Short, Pre-Law. John Paul Wilson, General Studies in Science, Health Science. Lana Davis Stewart, Human Services. Anna Rose Hogue, Wildlife Conservation Management. Michael Rothwell, Psychology. Samantha Rachel Urban, Anthropology. Michelle A. McLean, Human Services, Psychology. Marina Tinkham, Anthropology. Danique Taylor, History. Caitlin Anderley, Secondary Education. Ellen A. Stowe, General Studies in Science, Health Science. Crystal Wilkie, Education. Jennifer Marie Corco, Education. Nicole R. Watkins, Education. Ruth Olin, Psychology. Amanda Gail Santee, Paralegal. Livia Rose Abraham, Education. Amanda Marguerite Mariglia, Education. Michaela Russell, Education. Tasha Nicole McMillan, Education. Fred J. Putri, Jr., Education. Joan Marie Escobil, Education. Priscilla Ophelia Fawn, General Studies in Science, Health Science. Thang Wing, Biology. Joshua Christopher Sanchez, Education. Ethel Ann Lyons, Education. Vanessa Lee Stewart, Education. Jessica Taylor Grease, Education. Joseph Thomas Eisenhart, Education. Marissa Sheridan McKay, Psychology. Santiago A. Lavoso, International Studies. Ung Jong, Sociology. General Studies, Emmy Yamamoto, General Studies. Jessica Barreca, General Studies. Felicia Michelle Ware, General Studies. Marissa Marie Segovia, General Studies. Shelby Benning, General Studies. Peter Thompson, General Studies. Christian Weed, General Studies. Cody Paulson, General Studies. Brittany Muniz, General Studies. Austin R. White, General Studies. Carol F. Webb, General Studies. Amber G. Phillips, General Studies. Justin D. Maybe, General Studies. James J. E. Taylor, General Studies. Stetson W. Montgomery, General Studies. Christine Morgan, General Studies in Science, Health Science. Elizabeth Ann Flint, General Studies. Lance Pruitt, General Studies. Bruno Machado Pinta E. Silva, General Studies. Rodrigo Reyes Silva, General Studies. Health Science and Wellness, Amanda Lynn Moeller, Surgical Technology. Catherine J. Gerber, Surgical Technology. Jenna Danielle Rodomsky, Surgical Technology. Richard Green, Surgical Technology. Courtney K. Osborne, Surgical Technology. Micah Draney, Surgical Technology. Julie Griffith, Radiography. Lakeisha Teresa Roman, Radiography. Della M. Jarrell, Radiography. Nicole Dodds, Radiography. Bryce Kirkpatrick, Radiography. Is it Geyser? Kelsey K. Geyser, Radiography. Kelsey Irby, Radiography. Pardon? Maniotis. Mackenzie Maniotis, Radiography. Bethany Schlens, Radiography. David L. Sylvie, Radiography. Brian C. Felt, Physical Therapist Assistant. Raul Garcia Jr., Physical Therapist Assistant. Kelly Dunn, Physical Therapist Assistant. Pankowski. Bethany Pankowski, Physical Therapist Assistant. Sierra Nicole Brun, Physical Therapist Assistant. Kelsey K. Dooley, Physical Therapist Assistant. Kimberly Percy, Physical Therapist Assistant. Lacey Jeffers, Diagnostic Medical Sonography. Sheridan Beth Mueller, Diagnostic Medical Sonography. Eun-Hae Kim Lee, Diagnostic Medical Sonography. Andrea V. Wyman, Diagnostic Medical Sonography. Matthew Whitaker, Diagnostic Medical Sonography. Jason Scott Raisler, Diagnostic Medical Sonography. Ingrid L. Larson, Nursing. Leah Ashley Summers, Dental Hygiene. Gretchen Smith, Dental Hygiene. Alexandra Lauren Barker, Sociology. This concludes the presentation of degrees and certificates. I now invite the chair of the LCCC Board of Trustees and president of LCCC to join at the podium. Mr. Chairman, we, the faculty at Laramie County Community College, certify that each candidate presented on the official graduation list has completed all the requirements for the respective degrees, and their certificates of completion, Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, and Associate of Applied Science degrees may be conferred upon them.
Marlene, thank you. And on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I congratulate all of you who have graduated tonight. I also congratulate the families, friends, instructors, and advisors who have played important roles in these graduates' success. Mr. President, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I do hereby authorize you to confer on this year's graduates the appropriate degrees and certificates as recommended by the faculty of the college.
Will all the candidates for degrees and certificates from Laramie County Community College please rise and smile? Having met all the requirements for your respective degrees and certificates, and having been recommended by the faculty for these awards, and by the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you individually and collectively the degrees and certificates you have earned with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. And as a symbol of your accomplishment, you may now move the tassel to the left side of your mortarboard. Graduates, one last time, please be seated. This is an exciting night, and I hope you'll indulge me for a few final comments on your commencement day. You notice I didn't say a few bits of advice, because it always seems like commencement speakers and the college bigwigs up on stage love to bestow advice on our new graduates. I guess we believe there's something we could say in just these few moments that would be as much or more influential than what you have learned during the past years here. And even if I thought I could tell you something tonight that might be memorable, I had to follow the governor as your commencement speaker. Who are you going to remember more, me or the governor? Now, I do know a little bit about graduation ceremonies and being a graduate. In fact, it wasn't all that long ago that I was in your seat as a graduate, and I'm ashamed to admit that what I recall most about those events was how I couldn't quite get this tassel in the right spot. It was either in my ear or in my eye, or how that guy next to me started smelling a little funny by the end of the ceremony. But I'll be honest, I just don't recall all that much about what those folks up on stage said. So tonight, I will refrain from silly cliches about walking down the highway of life. Because if you find yourself walking down the highway of life, instead of pondering your future, I hope you'd ask yourself, why aren't we driving? I won't tell you to invest wisely, eat conservatively, exercise regularly, remember to vote, and certainly not to be yourself. I didn't know we had that choice to be someone else. Heck, if that had been an option when I graduated, Brad Pitt might be up here and I'd be starring in my 100th blockbuster movie. So instead of advice, let me do what I wish someone had done for me on my graduation days. Stop listening to me. Bring complete silence to this auditorium and grasp this moment in all its glory. Look around. Take in the faces of those among you. Seek out the proud faces of your family and friends here with you today. Look at our setting in this beautiful place. Store forever its presence in your mind. Burn into your memories all that your senses can gather at this point. The colors of your gowns, the powerful silence, the feel of that diploma in your hand. Store those away along with the feelings and emotions you have coursing through your body right now, and make a vow to never forget this day and what it has meant in your life. Because today is a very special day, and it should be a day etched forever in your memories. After all, that is what our lives ultimately are, a collection of the most significant memories that are created for us, by us, and within us, marking the most challenging and rewarding moments of our lives. And for you, tonight is one of those. Tonight is also special for me because this marks the first of what I hope to be many graduation ceremonies here at LCCC. Thus, each and every one of you will forever play a special part in my memory. While it is unlikely that any of you may remember my remarks or this address, and I don't blame you, know that you have left a lasting mark in my memories. And if by chance something I say does linger, I hope it's just that there's this guy up on stage who encouraged you to remember this day as a hallmark of your legacy. So congratulations and best of luck in wherever your future leads or wherever you lead your future. There will now be a formal recessional. The stage party will lead, and the students and faculty will file out behind them. After the recessional, students, faculty, friends, and family are invited to join us in the Civic Center courtyard for an informal reception. Would you all please rise? There you go. Come right over here. Great. On behalf of Laramie County Community College, faculty, trustees, administrators, and staff, thank you for joining us for this commencement ceremony, and once again, a heartfelt congratulations to all of you graduates.